Hello, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind. We're taking a look at their current feelings towards you. Each sign will have your own reading. There are timestamps. They are in the pinned comment below the video. There is also timestamps in the description box below. I do want to let you know that I do have a sale going for you guys. It is a person on your mind recorded video reading for $22.22, and everything that you need to know about what will be covered in the reading or how to schedule that, all of that is posted on the community page for you, or my email is in the description box below. So I will see you all in your reading. Hello, Aries. How are you? I hope this finds you well. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see about the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. And something flip around. We're going to keep it out. Okay, we have the Strength card. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. What are their current feelings towards Aries? Person on Aries' mind. What are their current feelings towards Aries? All right, at the bottom of the deck, I see the Fool card. So to me here, we're going to have to see, because I could read this two different ways here. First off, I see the King of Pentacles in the reverse right underneath this. To me, this indicates that this connection could be in a really unstable space, okay, with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe it always has been, maybe it just, has moved into that space, but this person is definitely viewing this connection as, being very shaky, very unstable, whether that's because you guys are in separation, whether that's just because you're having a hard time. Just take it how it applies for your situation. Now, the two ways that I can read this energy here is the Fool card. It can be this feeling of having feeling an urge to go for something, right? It can be almost very impulsive, like giving into those feelings, where the Strength card is, it can be very, I'm gonna say almost opposite of that, where it is really resisting those feelings, really holding back. The other way is sometimes the Strength card can represent courage. So maybe it is finally somebody having the courage to go after those feelings. So we're going to have to see what else comes up here. Okay, we have the King of Wands in the reverse. So to me, this makes me feel like, one, maybe somebody is trying to gather the courage, but I'm more feeling this energy as being held back. And that's the first way that it was kind of coming through to me anyways. But I feel like in their feelings, right, somebody wants some kind of new beginning. They want to take some kind of chance towards you, but they are holding back. There's something about this situation where this person feels a lot of resistance to taking some kind of action towards you with that King of Wands in the reverse. And it almost feels like, whether it's because this person feels that, too little too late kind of energy, right? Where they feel like there is no action that they could take that would make a difference at this point, whether that's true or not. Or it could indicate that this person is almost feeling like potentially maybe that taking action could almost make things worse. So what I mean is, maybe you've expressed to this person that you need time, right? Or maybe you've put up a boundary with this person, so this person could feel that, taking action may almost make you more upset, right? Or they could feel with that Strength card that there is some kind of blockage, right? So let's keep going and see. We are going to clarify these in a moment. So we have the Two of Pentacles coming up next. Yeah, this person is going back and forth. I definitely feel like they're feeling pulled in two different directions. It could be that their heart and their mind are not quite on the same page. The heart wants what it wants, but their mind is telling them that, it's not the right time to take action, or that, the action isn't going to do any good, whether that's true or not. So somebody's really feeling, like I said, pulled in two different directions, feeling a lot of mixed emotions about the situation. I do also feel here with the Strength card and the Two of Pentacles, I do think this person could be having a hard time. The Two of Pentacles sometimes is an energy of just trying to keep everything going, you know, having a lot on our plate, and we're just trying our best to manage it. And the Strength card can be something that requires strength, you know, indicating that there are some, you know, difficulties that this person may be facing. We have the Emperor coming up next, so this is your energy. So to me, that's just a confirmation that you are still very active in this person's energy, despite whatever the current dynamic may be, whether you guys are communicating or not. You know, this person is still feeling a lot when it comes to you. They're still thinking about you a great deal. And I also feel it's like they want things to go a certain way, and I think that's why they're afraid to take action or not sure what action to take, because the Emperor indicates like wanting to kind of keep control over a situation or wanting something to work out in a specific way. So they may also feel like, because that is your energy, Aries, they may also feel like you are the one that's in the position of power, right? So there could be fear of rejection, you know, when it comes to the situation. So let's keep going. Underneath the Strength card, I see the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I really feel like somebody doesn't know what to do from here. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse can be just not knowing what that next step to take is, so we're just kind of feeling very stuck. Somebody may also be kind of kicking themselves, especially if they feel like they didn't do what they needed to do in the past, right? So if like somebody knew exactly what they needed to do when it came to you in this connection, but they feel like they did not take those actions. So I do kind of feel like somebody could be kicking themselves now, especially if they like drug their feet or something wasn't moving forward, if there were things that they needed to do but they weren't. Coming up under the King of Wands in the reverse, I see the Three of Wands in the reverse. It can feel a little bit hopeless. The Three of Wands can be a card of having positive expectations for the future. So when it comes up in the reverse, it's indicating that I can't see how this is going to work out in a positive way, or I don't believe that, you know, what I'm hoping happens will happen. Now, the Three of Wands can also sometimes indicate waiting. With it coming up in the reverse, this person, and especially next to that Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, because I feel like somebody feels like they took too long, or that they, like I said in the past, they didn't do what they needed to do. They could have felt like you got done, like you're done dealing with it, you got done waiting. That could be another way that that could resonate. Coming up under the Two of Pentacles, I see the Devil in the reverse. Yeah, you may have realized that this connection was something that was having a negative impact on you. Even if it was something that was very difficult for you to break free of in the past, this person is viewing you as finally having done that, right? Where you have got to the point where it's not something that you could ignore anymore, where it got to the point where you recognize that something was having a negative impact on you. And because of that, you know, this is where you guys are. Now, the other way that I can see that resonating is I do feel like this person could be trying to, I don't want to say that, like, I think they're fighting their own demons here. I think for some of you, this person could have some, like, whether it's addictions, whether it's like bad habits, mindsets. I think this person is really trying to come out of that. And these are just examples, right? Like maybe this person drank a lot, right? And they were realizing that, you know, part of the reason why you guys had the problems that you did was because of that. Or part of the reason why things are the way that they are in their life was because of that. So, you know, that I feel like that is something that they can no longer ignore, and that is something that they are working on. So it doesn't have to be that specific thing, but I think there is something in this person's life like that, right? Where they are seeing, you know what, I cannot pretend anymore that this isn't negatively impacting my life. And I do think somebody's working on it, but I also think it's difficult. You know, with the Two of Pentacles here, I think they right now are maintaining, but it's times where it's a lot easier, you know, than others. So they could have times too where, you know, maybe they're doing well and then they struggle. But I do think it is something that at least they're not in denial about anymore. Coming up underneath the Emperor, I see the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I really think that this person, it's possible that at some point they will end up reaching out, Aries, because the Fool card can be like giving into those impulsive, you know, giving into those feelings, and it can be like an impulsive energy. So it's possible. But right now I see this person still really trying to resist that, especially with that Strength card. And even the Page of Pentacles in reverse, it's like this person really truly doesn't feel like the reaching out would go the way that they want it to go. So that is what I have for you. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Aquarius, Aries, I see Leo, Taurus, I see all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. One thing that I'm just noticing here is there's really no air energy, and there's really no water energy here as well. I mean, a little bit of air, but not really here. Sometimes what is not here is just as important as what is here. And Aries, I do think that this person may be somebody who struggles with their emotions. Maybe they are constantly like pushing them down, not allowing themselves to, you know, really go there. It could be something that they struggle with, you know, even mentally here. Like I see this person, especially with all these wands, they may be really trying to just keep themselves busy and keep themselves distracted. Maybe they're thinking about work. Maybe they found little projects or things that they want to take care of. But I definitely think this person at this time is really trying very hard to just push everything down. So that's very interesting. But that is what I have for you. I do hope that this helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. One second, guys. I did want to tell you, in case you didn't watch the intro part of the video, that there is a person on your mind sale going for you guys. It is a person on your mind recorded video reading for $22.22, and everything you need to know about what is covered in that is on the community page for you, or my emails in the description box below. But I will see you guys next time. Hello Leos, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we're going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. I do want to let you know that I have a special going for you. It is a person on your mind recorded video reading for $22.22, and everything you need to know about what is covered in the reading or how to schedule that is either posted on the community page for you or my emails in the description box below. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what is going on for you guys. We are looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Leo's mind and their current feelings towards Leo. Person on Leo's mind and their current feelings towards Leo. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. And your first card out, we have the Justice in the reverse. I think there's somebody here who's having a lot of regrets when it comes to you. I also think that for some of you, it's regrets about something that they did. Okay, because with the Justice in the reverse, they could be feeling like, you know, they treated you unfairly. They could feel that, you know, something is their karma, right? So I definitely do feel like for some of you, this person could have done something to, you know, hurt you or break your trust that they are regretting. For others of you here, you know, I think there's an additional message of this person. I think they are, how do I want to say that? I think they're grieving you. I think that they're really grieving the loss of you here. And I think they are wishing that they recognized what they had when they had it before, you know, before everything went down the way it did. Because in this card here, you know, there are two cups still standing. He's focusing on the ones that have spilt instead of focusing on what he has. I think this person could have you know, been prioritizing other things or focused on other things and not really realizing what they had in front of them and what that value actually was. I do feel like somebody's regretting that. Somebody could have a desire to make something right with you, but they may feel unable to do that. Whether that's because maybe they're blocked, or maybe they just feel like, I don't know how I could possibly make that right. Coming up underneath the, or coming up next, we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This person, I feel like this person feels, Leo, that you may have had to like pull your energy back or walk away because things got to a point that you just could not deal with that anymore. And it's like, you know what, I have to put this down. I think that somebody is fully aware of that. And I think that as much as they don't like it, I do think they understand. We have the Six of Swords coming up next. Yeah, and to me, the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Swords really go together, because, you know, it feels like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. And the Six of Swords can be, you know, moving away from something in order to protect your peace, right? Because the swords do represent, you know, the things going on in our mind. So I'm really drawn to how the way that they're laid out here, everything is, this guy is like, has his back turned towards all of the other cards, right? It's like he's moving away from that. He's putting it all behind them. I don't think that you wanted to get to this point, Leo, and you guys are extremely loyal and you love very deeply. So I don't think it was easy for you to get to this place. And this person knows that as well. That if you had to get to this place, they know what it took for you to get there. I do feel like this person is a little concerned that you're moving on as well. It's like they're watching you slip away, and they just, as much as they don't want that, they also don't know what to do about it. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse coming up next. Somebody could feel like if they were, I definitely feel like this person could have, whether it was inconsistency, the Knight of Wands can be like a very inconsistent energy, very in and out, hot and cold, or, you know, just an energy of kind of being very selfish or not wanting to settle down. It can resonate in a lot of different ways. Now, if I feel like somebody's in this space of, I don't want to do that anymore. If I could have another chance, I would do so much differently. But like I said, they feel that, okay, even though I'm seeing that now, it's a little too late. Coming up underneath the Justice in the reverse, I see the Devil in the reverse. Yeah, I mean, the Devil in the reverse kind of indicates having to release something that maybe was very difficult for you to release, maybe something that you didn't even think that you could, or something that you have been very attached to for a long time, even if it was having a negative impact on you. But when it comes up in the reverse, it's acknowledging I can no longer pretend or deny or ignore the negative impact that this is having on me. And I have to let this go. And it was not easy for you to get to that space. Coming up underneath the Ten of Wands in the reverse, I see the Four of Cups. This person now feels that you are, you know, very emotionally guarded or closed off when it comes to them. They may feel like even if they were to come and offer you something, that you may not be open to it. Coming up underneath the Six of Swords, I see the Knight of Cups. So I think somebody does have things that they want to express to you, whether it's an apology, whether it's just their feelings. To me, it does look like somebody does have some kind of an emotional confession that they would like to make to you. There's something they would like to express, because especially with it coming out under the Six of Swords, you know, it could feel like this. They're watching you move forward, and they feel like at this point they don't really have anything left to lose, right? As much as they may fear rejection, they also feel like if I don't come and say this now, you know, I might not ever get to, right? And, you know, maybe I've already lost Leo. Maybe it's not going to do any good, but I won't know if I don't try. Coming out underneath the Knight of Wands in the reverse, I see the Sun card. So this person is seeing things very clear in a way that they never were before. Unfortunately, sometimes I think it takes having to lose something to really realize its value to us. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cancer, Aquarius, Pisces, and Leo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thanks for being here. If you are interested in the person on your mind special, it's $22.22. Everything you need to know is in the description box below. It's also, no, my email's in the description box below. There is a post on the community page that tells you all about the reading. But that's what I have for you guys, and I will see you next time. Hello, Sagittarius. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. And in case you guys did not see the intro video, I do have a person on your mind recorded video reading special for $22.22. And everything you need to know is on the community page or my emails in the description box below. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what is going on for you. We are taking a look at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Sag's mind, what are their current feelings towards Sagittarius? What are their current feelings towards Sagittarius? All right, Sag. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Temperance in the reverse. So with this being your energy one, some of you could be dealing with another Sagittarius. For others of you, I'm getting a couple different messages. I think that this person, one, could be recognizing that something about you has changed or is very different. Now that could just be, maybe it's your energy towards them. Maybe it's your behavior towards them. Maybe it's your feelings towards them. There's definitely something that is noticeably different with this coming up in the reverse like this. I also think this is just a very strong indicator that you are still really in this person's energy, right? Very heavily. So despite whatever your current dynamic may be, it's indicating that they are spending a lot of time thinking about you and feeling quite a bit about you. They could feel like things are very, out of balance between the two of you. So something is very off here. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse coming up next. I'm getting a couple different messages with this. First, though, and what I think is, the strongest message of the two is I feel that this person may feel like maybe what has changed, Sagittarius, is that you are no longer willing to work on this connection. Maybe you're no longer willing to pour into it, or maybe you've gotten to this space where you have gave all that you're willing to give, right? Or at least this person could be perceiving you that way. That's one thing that's really important to remember, is we're looking at their energy towards you, right? So some of this could be accurate, right? As in, like, maybe you really do feel that way, or maybe they just believe that you do. So just keep that in mind. The other thing with this is, there could be some acknowledgement with this person that maybe things are the way that they are, very out of balance, because they have not put in the effort that they needed to put in when it comes to this connection. So it could not, we're not putting, we're not doing the blame game where we're putting everything on this person, or, but it's them acknowledging, what they could have done differently. We have the Six of Swords coming up next. Yeah. I think this person feels that you are moving on. They may feel like you've had to change or pull your energy back in an effort to protect your peace. That maybe things just got to a space where it's like, I can't do this. So they definitely feel some distance from you, whether that is because maybe you're in separation, or maybe you've just, your energy has really changed when it comes to them. They definitely feel you slipping away here. I think somebody wants to be able to get past something here with you. There could, whether this is like an obstacle that you guys are finding yourselves facing, whether it's something that has already taken place from the past that is just hard to get past. Whatever it is here, you know, I think that they want to get past it. They just feel like you may not be willing to, you know, try. And I don't want to say that that's, oh, you know, Sagittarius isn't willing to try, because I think if you've gotten to that point, Sag, I think it's because some things are just, you know, really hard to get past. And sometimes we give everything that we have to give to a situation. We have to decide whether, you know, it is what is best for us to continue or not. Coming up next, I see the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I mean, that exact energy, I think there's a huge confirmation that this person is viewing you and feeling like you got to this point where you cannot do this anymore and you had to put this down. I think there's a certain level of accountability coming through, whether this person is expressing that to you or not, in their own energy. I think that this person is seeing, I pushed Sagittarius to like past the point of no return. Something that I did, or the lack of effort, or Sagittarius just got to this point that they're not able to keep going. We have the Justice in the reverse. So they may not have taken accountability when it comes to you. Like this person maybe didn't come forward and tell you the truth, or didn't apologize. You know, maybe they did for some of you, but that's one way that I could see that resonating. The other way is this person could be acknowledging that their treatment of you was very unfair, right? That it's like, you did this, this, and this, and Sagittarius did not deserve that. There could have been a lot of deception. You know, maybe somebody wasn't being truthful to you. Coming up underneath the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, we see the Page of Wands in the reverse. Somebody doesn't know what next step to take. For some of you as well, the Page of Wands in the reverse, to me, could indicate that maybe somebody has tried to reach out to you and maybe they're blocked, or maybe they just didn't. Maybe you didn't respond, or maybe they didn't get the response that they were hoping for. For others of you, that could be something that they are afraid of, right? So they could be thinking about communication, but it's almost like they are afraid that you are not going to respond, or that they are not going to get the response that they want. I see the Seven of Swords coming up next. I do feel like, especially with the Justice card in the reverse and the Seven of Swords, I think that there could have been a lot of repressed truths, a lot of deception. I think that there is a lot of distrust here now. And they feel like that may be part of the reason why you don't see the point in turning back towards it, right? It's like, what do we have if there's no trust? I think that you are trying, I think that this person knows that you're just, that this may not even be what you want. Maybe you didn't want to move away from this situation, but you felt like at this point, I don't have any other choices because I can't keep doing things the way that we've been doing them. Coming up underneath the Eight of Wands, or coming up under the Ten of Wands in reverse, I see the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I definitely feel like there is some kind of significant change in the communication. And whether, like I said, whether that means you're not in communication at all, whether you're just not, you know, responding or interacting in the way that you normally do, or whether, you know, there's a total block in the communication. This person is definitely lacking direction as well. They don't really know what to do from here. You kind of get that sense with the Page of Wands in the reverse, and you get that sense with the Eight of Wands in the reverse as well. Because the Eight of Wands can be a card of direction and precision. These arrows are going in a specific direction. Sometimes when it comes up in the reverse, it can feel very aimless or very lost. So this person may feel like, I'm at a loss of what to do here. The other way that I can see that is, with the Eight of Wands, there is no figure on the card. And sometimes that really jumps out to me. And it really speaks of, like, especially in the reverse, almost like a loss of identity, right? Someone is just feeling very lost and aimless. I do feel like this person could have become somebody that, like, they didn't recognize, or somebody that they're not proud of being. Coming up underneath the Justice card in the reverse, I see the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think that this person, they could want to have a conversation with you, and I think they're not quite sure if you're going to be open to hearing from them, but they do feel like you have your back turned to them in the situation. And the Queen of Swords is she is the way that she is, and she's in the energy that she's in because of the experiences that she's had, right? I think that in a healthy way, she's not necessarily bitter, right? But I think that she also doesn't play. Like she's like, I've been through so much, and I'm not going through that again, you know? So she is very quick to, you know, put up boundaries, very quick to cut people out. She is just no longer allowing herself to go through the things that she has been through in the past. The Queen of Swords learns from her, you know, mistakes. And I think she's like the epitome of that expression, you know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. She's like, there is going to be no twice. You know, that's the Queen of Swords. So I think this person feels that from you. I feel like they feel like that's the space that you're in. Now, the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Sagittarius, Virgo. I see all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. I see Aquarius, Libra. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can resonate for you. One thing that I'm noticing here is you don't have any cups here, and you hardly have any pentacles. You have a little bit. To me, it indicates that, you know, this connection may have been in an unstable space for quite some time, because it's definitely lacking stability. And the other thing here too, you know, it could indicate that not because there's missing cups that there means there's no love here or no feelings. I don't feel like that's the case. But you could be dealing with somebody who like really struggles with their emotions. Maybe they, you know, either whether they're out of control over them, whether they, you know, don't express them in a healthy way, whether they push them down, whether they're a little bit emotionally immature. I do feel like sometimes what's not here is just as important as what is here. But that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello Capricorns, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. Everything that you need to know is in the description box below for you. Just in case you didn't see the intro part of the video, there is a person on your mind recorded video reading special for you guys. It is a person on your mind reading. It is $22.22, and everything you need to know is posted on the community page for you, or my emails in the description box below. All right, loves, let's take a look and see what is going on for you. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Capricorn's mind and their current feelings towards a Capricorn. What are their current feelings towards? All right, let's take a look and see what is going on. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups in the reverse. In your first card out, we have the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. So Capricorn, the 8 of Cups in the reverse can talk about a return, whether it is that somebody is thinking about returning. So if you're in separation from this person, it could be somebody physically thinking about returning towards you, moving back towards you here. The other way, though, that this can resonate is the 8 of Cups in the reverse can talk about like returning or revisiting something in our minds, right? So it's like there's something that they're constantly going back and thinking about. So this could be, you know, you, like maybe in general, it's like this person is constantly finding themselves thinking about you. Or it could be something specific that has taken place, whether it was like an ending, or whether it was a conversation, something that was said, something that was done, a memory. Like there's something this person is constantly finding themselves revisiting. With the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, this could be a couple things as well. Sometimes the Six of Pentacles in the reverse can be something that, you know, feels a little bit one-sided. So whether, you know, this person is revisiting the past and having a lot of regrets, would have, could have, should have, where, you know, they do feel like things were unequal give and take, or maybe they felt like in the past, you know, things were a little bit one-sided. So there could be something like that going on here. The other thing with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse is I feel like somebody could feel... Sometimes the Six of Pentacles in the reverse can feel like something isn't worth the cost, right? So I think that somebody could be kind of going back over things, and, you know, sometimes when we hurt, we regret, right? So I don't think that this person regrets you or the connection. But I think that they feel like, you know, maybe it wasn't quite worth the cost. Like, what is that? It's like that Garth Brooks song, The Dance, right? And I think that's kind of the energy that's coming up, where somebody's, you know, wondering, you know, if I could go back, if I would have known how it was all going to go, you know, would I still have done everything the same? Would I still have, you know, connected with Capricorn in the way I did, knowing how it was going to work out? We have the Five of Cups. There's a lot of regrets. The Five of Cups is a card of sadness, grief, regret, disappointment. So like I said, I think somebody's spending a lot of time thinking about the past, and they could be seeing where maybe they could have given more, where things were unequal give and take, or just a lot of would have, could have, should have. The Five of Cups is a card of, you know, sadness, grief, regret. So much that I think this person would have done differently. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. I think there could have been a lot of inconsistency with this person, Capricorn, or maybe somebody was like very wishy-washy, or like they wanted this one day and then they would pull back their energy. For some of you, I'm getting something like that, like a very hot and cold, or very inconsistent, very wishy-washy type energy. For some of you, it could have just been very selfish, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, or with the Knight of Wands in the reverse, I think somebody is in this space of, that could be part of what they are regretting. And it's also like, you know, if I could do things over, I would do it very differently. If we had another opportunity, I wouldn't do that anymore. We have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can also be a card of reassessment. You know, the Five of Swords is a card of getting what we want by any means necessary. And in the deck, he's kind of, you know, he got what he wanted, or what he thought he wanted, but now he's looking back over at what it cost him. He's looking back over his choices and what it took for him to get there. And he's asking himself, he's questioning himself, you know, did I make the right choice? There's a lot of mental conflict that comes with this card. So we have two fives here, indicating that this person is definitely in a very challenged space when it comes to you in this connection. They feel very challenged by this mentally and emotionally, because we have the Cups and the Swords, right? So mentally, this person is having a hard time. Emotionally, this person is struggling. And, you know, with that Five of Swords, you know, being a card of, you know, getting what we want, and the Knight of Wands in the reverse, like I said, I feel like this person, they could feel like they acted or behaved very selfishly when it comes to you. Coming up underneath the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Page of Cups in the reverse. It's like somebody almost feels like it's best not to communicate at this time. And I don't know if in their own way that's like almost them like trying to be self-sacrificing in a way. It's interesting how that's coming through, because it's not usually a message I get from that, but it's almost like they feel like it's better for you, you know, if they just don't communicate. Let's keep going and see what else comes up. We have the Star card coming up underneath the Five of Cups. Now, for some of you, if it's not that self-sacrificing energy, with this coming out next to the Star card, it could indicate that somebody just doesn't feel like it would do any good, right? Whether it's that they don't feel like you want to hear from them, whether they feel like it would stir up more than it's worth, right? So that maybe reaching out and, you know, telling you that they recognize all this stuff would, you know, be harder for you than just not hearing it at all. Whether that's true or not, you have to keep in mind that this doesn't necessarily mean that that is the way that you'll feel. This is just how they are perceiving it, or they're assuming that you may be. Or they may just feel like it's just too little, too late, you know? I think that somebody still could wish for a specific outcome. In this sense, it feels very like fantasy-like, where it feels like they could, you know, picture it or daydream about it, but it doesn't feel, even in their own mind, it doesn't feel very realistic. Coming out underneath the Knight of Wands in the reverse, I see the Two of Pentacles. So somebody has a lot of mixed emotions, okay? For some of you, and now this doesn't have to be the case for most of you. I don't think it is for most of you, but for some of you, there could have been another person involved in this somewhere, because the Six of Pentacles can talk about giving to more than one person. And sometimes it's like, you know, giving to one and the other one feels very left out. And even the Two of Pentacles is like balancing more than one thing. Sometimes it can be a card that speaks about juggling. Not always. Like I said, I don't feel like that's the case for most of you, but for some of you that definitely could be part of the reason why somebody was so inconsistent, right? Or so back and forth. The other way that I can see this resonating, if that was not the case, then I feel like somebody's just having a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to what to do here, because on one hand they almost feel like, yes, there are things that I would like to say, and if I could have another chance, if I could do things differently, I would, but I almost feel like it's not going to do any good, or may even make things worse to reach out. But, you know, it's like this torn between their head and their heart with that Two of Pentacles energy, feeling these mixed emotions and feeling pulled in two different directions. Coming out underneath the Five of Swords, I see the King of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, so for some of you, like I said, if there was another party involved in this, then I feel like this person feels a lot of guilt when it comes to, they feel like they were not very honest with you, like they weren't very upfront with you. They could have felt like they like either led you on or misled you. For others of you where it's not, you know, another party involved in this, it's still a very similar energy, where I think that this person recognizes that they were really just thinking about themselves, and that it was a very selfish energy. They may not have been very upfront with you, because the King of Swords in the reverse, you know, to me can be a very like dodgy kind of energy, very misleading, very indirect, right? You know, overall what I'm getting from this here is I do feel, Capricorn, that there is somebody here who holds a lot of regrets. There's a lot that they wish they would have done differently, and they still do kind of feel a pull towards you, but they may feel like it's just been too much. They may feel like it may almost make things worse at this point. So very interesting reading, Capricorn. But if I called you Sagittarius, I'm so sorry. I keep picking that energy up, so some of you definitely could be dealing with a Sagittarius. But Capricorn, the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Pisces, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Capricorn. You got a lot of Aquarius energy here, okay? You have the Star card, you have the Five of Swords, you have the King of Swords. All of those are Aquarius energy, so you got a lot of Aquarius energy. And you have Taurus and Scorpio here too. So to be honest, you have quite a bit of fixed energy in general. So that can be an energy of, you know, being very stubborn, or something, you know, being very hard to change. So whether it's this person has really struggled to, you know, make changes in themselves and in their life and who they are, whether they feel like you have made up your mind and it's going to be very difficult for you to change it at this point. It can represent any of those things here. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you're interested in the Person on Your Mind special, there's a post on the community page, or my email is in the description box below. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello, Taurus. How are you? I hope this finds you well. We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We are taking a look at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. All right, Taurus. Person on Taurus's mind and their current feelings towards Taurus. Taurus, in case you didn't see the intro video, there is a Person on Your Mind recorded video reading special going on for you. It is a recorded video reading, and it is $22.22, looking at the person on your mind. Everything you need to know is either on the community page or my emails in the description box below. What is their energy towards Taurus, please? Person on Taurus's mind, what is their energy towards Taurus? All right, at the bottom of the deck, I see the High Priestess. And the first card out, I see the Strength card. So we really have this energy coming through with both of these here of somebody holding back, somebody keeping a lot to themselves, right? The Strength card can be an energy of like pushing down and holding back. And the High Priestess as well can be an energy of, you know, kind of keeping things hidden. And I don't necessarily mean like that there has to be like secrets of that sense, but it's like, you know, thinking and feeling a lot that we're just kind of keeping to ourselves. So if you see both cards can have there's a very similar energy to that. This would make me feel like there is a lot going on underneath the surface. So this person could be thinking and feeling a lot when it comes to you. We have the Nine of Cups coming up next. The Nine of Cups, one, it can be somebody who's really thinking about themselves, like very focused. It almost in a shadow aspect. Sometimes I think it can be somebody who's a little selfish, or somebody who's just very focused on, you know, how things are for them. So that could be something that has, you know, been a part of this connection. The other thing, though, is the Nine of Cups simply can indicate that somebody's like wishing for a specific outcome. It could be both of those messages. Sometimes the Nine of Cups, too, can be a card of like overindulgence. So I don't know if this, you know, person could be, you know, somebody who is, especially with the Strength card, like they could be somebody who has like vices or, you know, addictions, things like that. So for some of you, that could be something that they are trying to work on. I see the Judgment card coming up next. Yeah, the Judgment card can be, you know, like divine intervention, like a wake-up call type moment. So this person may be having things going on in their life that is really causing them to like wake up and be like, you know what, I really need to make a change here. So as it pertains to you, I think this is stuff that's going on in their life. So it could be if this person did have some things that they've been really struggling with, whether it's like vices or habits or mindsets, you know, that have really negatively impacted them. I think it's also really negatively impacted the connection. The other way too is I feel like somebody's recognizing I really have to get my stuff together here. But they're still wishing and hoping for a specific outcome when it comes to you. Next, we have the Devil. So I think that's a huge confirmation for the energy that we were already kind of feeling here. I think that somebody knows that they have to make a change, but I think that they could be struggling to do so. I think that the fact that they are very aware of it and they're at this place of like, I really need to do this, And even though we know that, doesn't necessarily always make it easier to do, right? And that devil energy, you know, I feel like somebody's having a hard time, but they are finally at a space where they can no longer deny or ignore the negative impact that something is having on them and on this connection. I also do feel here that they still feel very attached and connected to you. They may feel like, for whatever reason, Taurus is not somebody that I can move on from. So feeling very attached to you, feeling very connected to you, despite whatever the current dynamic is between the two of you. Coming up underneath the Strength card, I see the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I think that this person is... One, I'm getting 2 different messages from this. First, the 5 of Swords can be a card of, you know, it can be kind of manipulative. It can be a card of getting what we want by any means necessary. And this person, especially if we have, I mean, we're seeing like addictive energies here. We're seeing kind of manipulation energies here. So all of these things, you know, can really go together. Those things can go hand in hand. And I think that they're just realizing, they're like waking up and seeing what their life has become, what they've become. The 5 of Swords can also be a card of reassessment. It's looking back over past situations and seeing what it cost them. So it's like, okay, well, I got what I thought I wanted, but was it really worth what it cost me? Coming up underneath the 9 of Cups, I see the 5 of Wands in the reverse. I think somebody is wanting to... I think they're wishing and hoping that they can make a change here, because I think somebody's tired of the constant conflict or the constant drama or obstacles that, you know, they're kind of bringing upon themselves here. They may also hope, you know, part of what they could be wishing for here is that you guys can get to a space where maybe you are able to work through something. Maybe you're able to find a compromise or find some middle ground. I think that somebody does have a desire to get to a better space with you. I do see that you have 2 5s next to each other now. So somebody's definitely dealing, somebody's struggling. The 5s can be, you know, very challenging energies. So dealing with a lot of conflict, obstacles, challenges. So they're having a hard time here. We see the Hierophant coming up underneath the Judgment card. There could be some... This part is going to be very specific and is not going to resonate for most of you. But for some of you, there could be some kind of actual like judgment, whether that's like some kind of legal case or situation involved in this, institution of some kind involved in this. That could be part of this person's like wake up call energy. So that could be, you know, a message for some of you. For others of you, I think that this person is really wanting to like make a promise. It's almost like they're wanting to like make a promise to themselves or make some kind of commitment to themselves that, you know, I know what I need to do and I'm actually going to do it this time. Because I feel like this person maybe has had good intentions in the past to, you know, make changes or do something different, but it's like they were not able to maintain that. Coming up underneath the Devil, I see the 6 of Wands. I feel like somebody's feeling quite determined to overcome this. I also do want to say, though, because I feel like at this time they may feel like they really need you, Taurus, you may end up hearing from this person, and they could come in like very strong, very love-bomby here, almost, you know. And I think on some level, there is a certain level of recognition that's coming in of, you know what, Taurus has always been the one that has been there for me and supported me, and I really need that right now, right? So there's a certain level of recognition for how you have been to them, but I also feel like it's coming from this space of fear with that Devil energy of not wanting to lose you right now. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Pisces, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the person on your mind special, there's a post on the community page about it, or my email's in the description box below. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Alright, we are moving on to my lovely Virgos. How are you? I hope this finds you well. We're going to be taking a look at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. The person on Virgo's mind and their current feelings towards Virgo. All right, Virgo. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Strength card in the reverse. And I see the Judgment card in the reverse. I think somebody could be kind of letting their pride or ego hold them back or get the best of them right now. I also feel like somebody's just having a really hard time with that Strength card in the reverse. I think they are having a really hard time. With the Judgment card in the reverse, I think that there's a lot of decisions that this person I think is regretting. And I think it's more than just feeling like they made a poor choice. I think that it's really beating themselves up for that as well, right? So I think somebody is being very hard on themselves. I think somebody is really beating themselves up because they definitely feel like they made a mistake, they made a bad choice here. I see the Two of Pentacles coming up. They're having a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to the situation here with you. I think that like I said, I think that someone's really beating themselves up. And on one hand, I think their pride and ego, like I said, could be kind of getting in the way. They're also just having a really hard time. And I think that they're feeling pulled in, a direction. Maybe part of that direction is being pulled towards you, or wanting to come in and express something to you, or wanting to move towards you. But there's this other part of them, that's kind of going in an opposite direction. And that could look like, feeling like it's hopeless, or you just see this very, like I said, feeling pulled in two different directions on when it comes to this situation, when it comes to what to do next. I don't know why that was so hard to say. This could also be them trying to, one, keep it together mentally and emotionally. I think that somebody's having a really hard time, just trying to kind of get through the day. But I also feel here, though, the Two of Pentacles can be an energy of just having a lot going on, right, in their physical world. I think that somebody's really just trying their best to handle everything that's on their plate. We have the Three of Swords. I think somebody could want forgiveness for something, especially if they feel like like I said, they made a mistake or they made a bad choice in the past. I think somebody could want your forgiveness. The Three of Swords is also a card of heartbreak, sadness. I think somebody's having a really hard time. To me, this also feels like it's like I don't want to, but I may just have to accept that this is how things are between me and Virgo from now on. Like, this isn't how I want things to be, but I may have to accept that that's what it is. We have the Ten of Pentacles coming up next, which is your energy. I think that this person, there's almost, this combination is hitting me in a very specific way right now. The way that it is making me feel is I think somebody is very sad and heartbroken for what could have been, because that Ten of Pentacles can be that, building a life with a person, that, what that looks like at the end of it, the things that we have accomplished, and, the things that are really important to us, the things that, mean the most, the life that we built. And, the Three of Swords, I think that this feels very heavy to me. It feels like somebody's seen what they could have had, what it could have been, and they're grieving for not just the loss of you and the connection, but your whole life, your whole future. Coming up underneath the Judgment in the reverse, we see the Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, once again, I think somebody feels like they made a wrong choice. There could have been something that they were just not able to, you know, get past, or something that like they were not able to change in the past. And I think that they have regrets about that. Even now, though, you know, I think that the Two of Wands can indicate needing to step outside of a comfort zone, and knowing like if I want to go in this direction, we're gonna have to step outside of this comfort zone. We're gonna have to do something different. I think even now this person is struggling to take that next step. Coming up underneath the Two of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. It's interesting too, because you have two twos here, so kind of indicating that, you know, you can see that like there's a decision that this person is struggling with here. And I think they keep putting off making a decision. But, you know, in essence, not making a decision kind of makes a decision as well. And I don't think that that's something they fully have realized yet. The Five of Cups in the reverse, I think somebody is just keeps waiting for them to feel better, for them to like be over this, or to heal from this, or to come out of this energy. But they haven't yet. It's like, when am I going to be over this? When am I going to feel better? Coming up underneath the Three of Swords, we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this person may feel that you have, maybe they feel like you are no longer, especially for those of you where it's been a while, they may feel like you are no longer thinking about them. Yet you have already kind of, you know, moved on from the situation. Coming up underneath the Ten of Pentacles, I see the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is interesting because the Four of Pentacles in the reverse and the Eight of Swords in the reverse both have a similar message. They can both be cards of releasing, of letting go. I don't think that that's what this person wants to do, but they may feel like you have already let go. This person also may be trying to get to a space of acceptance because they feel like there's no other choice, whether that's true or not. It could simply be that this person is unable to, you know, find the courage, unwilling to step outside of that comfort zone, unwilling to take that chance. So they're moving into this space of kind of convincing themselves that, you know, I don't really have another choice but to accept it. Virgo's probably not even thinking about me anymore. They probably already moved on. And they're just trying to get to a space of acceptance when they're still having a very hard time. And I think they're still really grieving the loss of what could have been instead of trying to see what could be, if that makes sense. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. And if you are interested in the special, there's a post on the community page all about it. It is a person on your mind recorded video reading for $22.22. And everything you need to know is on the community page or my emails in the description box below. If you want your personal prayers, just put a little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here and I will see you next time. Hello Cancers, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. In case you didn't see the intro video, I do have a special going for you. It is a person on your mind recorded video reading for $22.22. And everything that you need to know about what is covered in the reading or how to schedule it, all of that is posted on the community page for you or my emails in the description box below. All right, let's take a look and see what is going on for you. Person on Cancer's mind and their current feelings towards Cancer. What are their current feelings towards Cancer? Person on Cancer's mind. What is their current feelings towards Cancer? At the bottom of the deck, I see the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And I see the Nine of Cups in the reverse. I feel like somebody's feeling a little bit hopeless when it comes to you in this situation. The Nine of Cups in the reverse definitely can feel like something is hopeless. It can feel like what we want feels like wishful thinking. And the Seven of Cups in the reverse can be an energy that says that somebody is no longer able to hold on to some kind or maintain some kind of like fantasy or illusion, right? So, you know, maybe up to this point, this person was still, you know, imagining something working out a specific way or something, you know, whether it's like, you know, me and Cancer are going to work out or Cancer is going to come back or whatever it is here. You know, it's going to resonate a little differently for all of you. But I think that there was some kind of vision or something that this person was imagining. And I think somebody's having to come to terms with reality is kind of how it's coming through. Okay. And because of that, it's like now somebody's thinking that there's something that they were wishing for, some kind of outcome that they are wishing for that feels non-realistic. Coming up next, I see the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. You know, it feels like a resistance to change, somebody having a hard time accepting things as they are. To me, it's a very similar energy, you know, that like somebody's finally having to kind of face some kind of reality and they're having a hard time with that. They may also feel like there is not anything that they can do to change the situation, whether that's true or not. You know, they feel that way. They may also be struggling because I feel like could be a part of this person that does want to like change the dynamic between the two of you or come back towards you here, depending on what your situation is. But they may feel like there is some kind of blockage, or they may feel like unable to do that at this time, or very challenged by that. We have the Justice card coming up next. So I think this is a couple different things. First, I think somebody could have a desire to try to make something right with you or bring something back into balance. That could definitely be one way that this is resonating. The other way in which I could see this resonating is this person may feel like things are the way that they are for a reason. And almost in a sense of karma, right? Where this, especially if this person feels like their actions, certain actions or behaviors led to the current dynamic, right? Things being the way that they are between the two of you right now. So somebody, especially if somebody has done something here, you know, they may feel like, okay, well, this is my karma. This is why things are the way that they are. I see the Ten of Pentacles coming up next. This person may be seeing the truth now where they were not seeing it before. Maybe in the past somebody was not fully recognizing the value of you or the connection, or really seeing, yes, one, how valuable it was, but also like not feeling very clear about what it was that they wanted, you know, long term. And I think that with the Justice card, I think that somebody is kind of seeing that now. I also feel here that somebody could want to make something right and try to, you know, build something here with you. But like I said, they're also feeling like that's not realistic now. I think in the past they were holding on to some kind of like fantasy of that. without facing up to, you know, the reality of the situation of everything that's happened. Because I feel like there's been a lot that's went on here, Cancer. And I think it's kind of gotten to the point where it's like very hard to get past. And so it's like, yeah, that image would be great, but is it possible? Is it realistic? Coming up underneath the Nine of Cups in the reverse, I see the Seven of Pentacles. So there could be a couple different things with this here. Is one, you know, this person may feel just the idea of that you may be willing to give this another go. They may feel like that itself is wishful thinking with that Seven of Pentacles. Because the Seven of Pentacles can be an energy of investment, right? Putting more into something. So they may feel like that is what is wishful thinking. They may also feel here, the Seven of Pentacles can be a card that really says, I'm really analyzing a situation and I'm discerning whether it is something that is good for me to give any more to, right? Is this something that is good for me? Is this something that's a good investment? And they feel like that's the energy that you are in now, right? That you are viewing it maybe differently than you have been in the past. Maybe in the past you know, just were making decisions based on how you felt about this person and not necessarily in this space where you are maybe in a little bit more of a head over heart space, or maybe it just got to the point where it's like, despite how I feel, I can no longer ignore what's in front of me. Coming out underneath the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, I see the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So somebody does not want something to, they do not want this to fully be the end, but they don't know what they can do or if there is anything that they can do to change it. I think that this person is struggling with the change itself. And the Ten of Swords in the reverse too, it can be an energy of something kind of getting drawn out longer than it needed to. And I kind of feel like maybe you guys have been experiencing some kind of challenge or conflict within this connection that has gotten drug out, right? And maybe that's why it feels like it's gotten to like some kind of point of no return. Because I don't think it was necessarily just one isolated situation. This feels like something that has like been a little bit ongoing. Coming out underneath the Justice card, I see the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. They feel like the fact that you are no longer willing to work on this connection, or you're not willing to put any more into it, they feel like that it is kind of their karma. That message is something that keeps coming up. The other thing that is here with this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse here underneath the Justice card, this person may be having to hold themselves accountable because the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, like somebody was not prioritizing this connection. They were not putting in the effort into it that they needed to, right? And I think that with it coming out under the Justice card, I think somebody can't run from that truth. I think that they are, you know, at least having to hold themselves accountable for that. Coming up underneath the Ten of Pentacles, I see the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So you have two tens, well, actually you have three tens here now. So there's definitely this energy of completion coming through. So I do feel like there's been an ending here, or it is something that is coming up, okay? And like I said, I feel like this is something that maybe this ending is something that's been kind of a long time coming, because like I don't feel like there was one isolated incident and then like everything was great, one incident, now we're over. For some of you maybe it could be that way, but the way that it's more coming through to me is something that has been very drawn out, right? So it's like I've been dealing with this situation, or we've been dealing with this obstacle or this certain energy for a long period of time before it finally got to this like breaking point. This person may feel like, and here at the bottom of the deck, I think, or the bottom of the spread here, I think is kind of a perfect indication of it. You know, as much as they don't want something to be over, they are having to like kind of face the music or take accountability or face reality because of everything that's happened. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Wands in the reverse, you know, feeling like you're no longer willing to invest into this, that it's just got to the point where it was just too much and you had to put it down. There's a little bit of a, even karma itself, right? It's just sometimes it's simply having to experience the other side of an energy, right? And so that is like such like what goes around comes around, right? It's like having to experience the other side of that. And I think up to this point, you were the one that was putting like all this effort and energy in. Like you were the one that was wanting to do that. And then now, you know, that they are finally ready and they want to put some energy and put effort into it, you're in a space where you're no longer willing to. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus. I see all the fixed signs: Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. I see Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Sagittarius. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything that you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the Person on Your Mind special, there's a post on the community page or my emails in the description box below. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello Pisces, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your Person on Your Mind reading. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you're interested in the Person on Your Mind special, it is $22.22, and everything that you need to know about that is on the community page or my emails in the description box below. All right, Pisces, let's take a look and see what's going on for you. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, I see the Seven of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. First card out, I see the Four of Cups. You have Cancer energy, a lot of water energy. Pisces, I definitely feel like somebody is not necessarily seeing things as they are. The Seven of Cups to me can be a card of illusions and fantasies. So this could indicate that maybe, despite whatever the current situation is between the two of you, somebody is picturing and imagining something, you know, being different than what it is. Especially here with the Four of Cups energy, because the Four of Cups, to me, this person is feeling like you may be a little bit emotionally guarded or closed off to them at this time. That being said, I still feel like they kind of are like stuck in visions of you guys together, despite your energy towards them. So even if you were like, maybe you block this person, or maybe you're just not responding to this person, maybe you've really pulled your energy back, you know, they're still, despite that, still kind of picturing something working out in a specific way. So there's just something about what they're imagining and where things are right now that feel very, like it feels unrealistic, or it feels like very far away from each other. Coming up next, I see the Fool card in the reverse. So this person does feel like they have, I feel like I want to say poor decisions. Like I feel like somebody was very risky with your heart, right? Very careless with your heart. So somebody could have made choices, made decisions, made mistakes that, you know, really negatively impacted the connection. And that could be part of the reason why something is feeling very unrealistic, right? Because it's almost like somebody's not really seeing like what they've done. Coming up next, I see the Six of Swords in the reverse. This person is, one, I feel like they really don't want to see you move on. They don't want to let you get that far. But I also feel like they are unable to move on. Even if they felt like they were going to be able to, I feel like somebody is finding out in the current moment that they are not. Coming up next, I see the Empress in the reverse. but there is some kind of blockage or obstacle that is coming through here. This person may have done something here, Pisces, that really impacted your self-esteem or your self-worth. Like made you really like question your worth or feel really bad about yourself. I also think here with this with this Empress in the reverse, it just feels like something is not able to move forward because of something, right? Whether that is something that has happened, whether that's because of a boundary you've put up, we will have to see. But there does seem to be some kind of blockage that I'm picking up here. Coming up underneath the Four of Cups, I see the King of Cups. So this person knows that even if you are emotionally closed off when it comes to, like, I don't even feel like that's the right way to say that. Even if you are not engaging with this person, right? Maybe you have put your guard up when it comes to them. This person knows that you still have feelings for them, right? And I do kind of feel like that is what is feeding into that vision that they have, or that, illusion that they're holding. Is I think that this person feels like, yeah, okay, well, Pisces is in this energy when it comes to me right now, but I know that Pisces still loves me, or I know Pisces still has feelings for me. Coming up underneath the Fool card in the reverse, I see the Three of Swords in the reverse. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm just going to be really honest with you, Pisces. I feel like somebody's not fully understanding the weight of their actions. Like, I think that whatever happened here, whatever decisions this person made or things that they did, I think it really hurt you. And to me, this feels like somebody who's almost being very dismissive of that. Like, okay, well, I know what I did was hurtful, but I know that Pisces will forgive me, or I know that Pisces still has feelings for me. I'm not sure how I feel about that. The Three of Swords in the reverse, I think somebody they could be like wanting to seek your forgiveness. Now, there's this acknowledgement that they, were very risky with your heart. Maybe they made bad decisions. So there is that acknowledgement like, okay, well, I maybe didn't do the right thing there. And they want your forgiveness. We'll see what else comes up. But I'm not seeing a lot of like true accountability, or a lot of, deep regret and remorse. Maybe that will still come. Coming up underneath the Six of Swords in the reverse, I see the Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I think somebody just wants to get past something with you. The Five of Wands in the reverse is like, I don't want to fight. Let's compromise. Let's see if we can, get past this or work through this. Coming up underneath the Empress in the reverse, I see the Two of Cups in the reverse. I think that the way that you feel about this person, the way that you perceive this person has changed in some way. And that doesn't mean that you don't have feelings for this person still. Unfortunately, real love is not like a light switch, right? Even when somebody hurts us, it may change what we want. It may change the way that we perceive them and the connection, but it doesn't just automatically switch off all those feelings that we had, right? So I kind of feel like, yes, you may still have feelings for this person, but I do feel like it has shifted in the sense of the Two of Cups in the reverse can be something where the feelings are not quite mutual anymore. Something has changed. It can also be an energy of recognizing that something is not in alignment with you, right? And I think you're seeing like, yes, I may have love for this person still, but this is not the kind of connection that I want or deserve. So I definitely feel a significant disconnect. So I think that you're in a very different energy than this person thinks that you are. The signs that I'm seeing for you, Pisces, I see Scorpio, Cancer, Aquarius, Aries, Libra, Leo, Taurus. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope this helps. And everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you are interested in the Person on Your Mind special, there's a post on the community page, or my email's in the description box below. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello, Scorpios. How are you? I hope this finds you well. We're going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. Everything you need to know is in the description box below. If you're interested in the person on your mind recorded video reading special, it is $22.22. And everything you need to know is on the community page for you, or my emails in the description box below. All right, my loves, let's take a look and see what is going on for you guys. You have the Hangman. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. I think somebody's hurting. I think that somebody feels very heartbroken when it comes to you, the connection, where things are at between the two of you right now, where they would like you to be. I think just somebody's hurting and having a hard time. The Three of Swords can also be a card of acceptance. I think that this person is trying their best to kind of accept, or maybe a better way to say it is come to terms with the way that things are. I feel like it's like somebody having to kind of face reality. We have the Hangman here with this energy. So something could feel very stuck or stagnant. And I feel like this is not how this person wants things to be, but it's, like I said, I feel like they're having to come to terms with that. That is how it is. The other message that's coming up with this is the Hangman can be an energy that really speaks about a change in perspective, right? Seeing something in a different way. I think that, especially if you guys have been in no contact for a while, or if you've been in separation for a while, or even if you have just been in the same energy with them for a while, right? Like maybe you just keep them at a distance or arm's length, or you have boundaries up. Just depending on what the, circumstances of your situation are. I think that this person is starting to see, with things being the way that they have been for a while, that, I don't think that this is going to change. And maybe that's different for them, because I think for a long time, like this person was holding on to like this, almost like this vision of what they thought was going to happen, or what they expected to happen, especially, if you guys have been in like a cycle where maybe things have always kind of went a certain way. I think that this person had certain expectations of, okay, well, I think it's going to turn out like this. And now I think that somebody's having to kind of, face the music. That, maybe this is how things are going to be. Coming up next, I see the Eight of Pentacles. This person could be trying to keep themselves busy. They could be focusing on work or on other things in their life, just trying to, cope, to trying to deal with things the best that they can. I also feel here that for some of you, this person may still really want to work on things. Coming up next, I see the Hierophant. The Hierophant can really touch on learning major lessons. And I do feel like that is something that is taking place here. I think that this person is learning some very significant lessons here. Unfortunately, I feel like they may have had to learn them like the hard way, right? And it may have cost, these lessons may have had a hefty price tag, I feel like it cost a lot, but I do feel like they have learned. I think that this person here, like I said, I think that this person really wants to work on things. I think that they want to take something to like a higher level of commitment, or to like show you that they're committed, show you that they really want this. We have the King of Wands. It's like somebody's at war with themselves here almost, because these are very different energies, how we're starting off to how we're moving forward. Making me feel, Scorpio, that somebody, like as much as they're trying to accept, how things are and the reality of it, it's like they can't. Or it's like they refuse to go out without a fight, because the King of Wands is like, I know what I want and I'm not going to let anything stop me, and I'm going to take action towards it. I'm going to show up and prove myself. So we'll see. Let's start to clarify and see what else comes up. We have underneath the Hangman, we have the Eight of Swords. So there's a lot of reasons why this person, you know, the Eight of Swords can be a card of one feeling very restricted. So whether there's some kind of blockage or boundary that has been put up, or if somebody just feels very restricted by the past. There is definitely a lot here that makes this person feel like there's a lot of reasons why something is the way it is and why something may not go the way that they want it to go. I feel like this person thinks about this a lot more than they want to. I think that they feel a lot of stress and anxiety about the situation. Coming up underneath the Eight of Pentacles, I see the Three of Pentacles. So this person still does believe that if you guys came together, that you guys could work through this or could build something beautiful together still. The Three of Pentacles is like getting along, working through something, being on the same page, like coming together and, you know, finding a solution or just working together to create something here. This person's like, I'm willing to, and if you were willing to, I know that we could. Coming up underneath the Hierophant, I see the Knight of Wands. So this person may feel like you are, I can read this both two ways. So I'm going to read them to you both and you just take what applies for you. Okay. So for some of you, Scorpio, you may be very hesitant or very almost like, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but maybe you go back and forth and sometimes you're like, I do want to do this, or I do feel pulled towards this person still. And a part of me does want to try again. But then there's another part of you that is like, I don't think I have any more chances or times in me. And I don't know if I do want to do this again. There's been so much. Like, so I feel like you could be pulled in two different directions, which could look like Scorpio, where maybe it does look like from their perspective of being wishy-washy or indecisive or back and forth. That's one way that I could see that. So it's like somebody's like, well, if we could get on the same page, but Scorpio, doesn't know what they want, or Scorpio's indecisive. That's one way that could resonate. The other way that could resonate, though, is that if this person was somebody who was like very selfish in the past or very inconsistent in the past, hot and cold, in and out, I think that that's what somebody has learned a lesson, right? They're looking at the way that they used to be in this connection and they're like, I'm committed to changing. And if I was, if this person was non-committal in the past, I think that is something that is shifting as well. Coming up underneath the King of Wands, I see the King of Cups. Scorpio, this is not going to be for all of you. This is probably just for a couple of you. But I do see two kings here. So for some of you, part of your hesitancy is this could be like a past person, and then you may have a new person in your life, right? So that could be part of your hesitancy, is that maybe you are, somebody's wanting to come back towards you, but you're already involved with somebody else. That could be part of it. For others of you, I think it's just this person leveling up, because you see they go from a Knight of Wands to a King of Wands. So, and you have two kings right underneath each other. So it could just indicate that this person is, leveling up in a big way. And, that is part of what the Hierophant represents as well. It can be, initiation and taking something to the next level. So I definitely do feel like this person is not the same version of themselves that they were. They are changing here. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Libra, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Scorpio. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, put a little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the person on your mind special, there's a post on the community page, or my emails in the description box below. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello, Geminis. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. Whoever you're thinking about, that's who this reading is intended to be about. And we are looking at their current feelings towards you. In case you guys did not watch the intro video, I do have a person on your mind recorded video reading special for you. It is $22.22, and everything that you need to know about what is covered in the reading or how to schedule that, all of that is posted on the community page for you, or my email is in the description box below. All right, let's take a look and see what is going on for you guys. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Gemini's mind and their current feelings towards Gemini. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star card in the reverse. And I see the Magician. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. I also see Gemini and Virgo here as well. To me, this feels like somebody knows exactly what they want, right? It's like, I really want this. I really want to make this happen. But they may feel like, a little hopeless when it comes to the situation. Or they may feel like it's kind of wishful thinking. So like, this is what I want, but I don't actually think that I can have it. This is what I would like to see happen between me and Gemini, but I don't think it feels very realistic. We have the Lover's energy here. Gemini, this person feels a very strong connection with you. I also want to say, I feel like somebody feels like they're still really feeling your energy. So they feel a very strong attachment. They feel a very strong connection. They're still really feeling your energy. They feel like there is some kind of special bond that you guys had here. And with the Lovers being your energy and that being showing up in theirs, to me that indicates that, one, I think that this person, despite whatever the current situation is, I think you're still very active in this person's energy. I think they're still thinking a lot about you. They're feeling a lot about you. The Lovers also kind of boils down to decisions. So I feel like there's some kind of choice involved in this. So I think that somebody could have a decision that they are trying to make in regards to you. Coming up next, we have the World card. Another thing that's interesting is, so far, all the cards that we've pulled are majors. So the majors can represent, fate, destiny. They can represent things that are a little bit larger than life, a little bit of like forces bigger than us, right? Things that like we can't control, like fate or destiny. Sometimes they just represent something that we are meant to go through or meant to experience. I kind of think that that is part of what this is, Gemini, at least for you. I think that this connection is something that, for whatever reason, you were meant to meet and have this experience with this person, whether that is for growth, whether that is to help get you to where you need to be. There's definitely some kind of bigger purpose, even if you haven't seen what that is yet. With the World card here, I do think for the most part, Gemini, this could be something that you have closed out, but it may not feel that way for this person. So even if you have, tried to close out a connection, put something behind you, I think that, this person doesn't want it to be that way. I think they're wanting to like step into a new beginning here with you. The World card to me can also speak about cycles. So this could be somebody, Gemini, that you were in some kind of cycle with at one point. Maybe you're currently still in one. For a lot of you, I feel like you've kind of closed out a cycle, but we'll have to just take it how it applies for your situation. I see the Ten of Cups in the reverse coming up next. So this is a huge confirmation for what we talked about earlier, because the Ten of Cups in the reverse talks about feeling very far away from what we want. Like, this is what I want, right? But I don't feel like I can have it, or I don't feel realistic, or I feel very far away from it. It can also just really speak about, one, this person could have family issues, or maybe there's issues with your families. So what I mean by that is like, maybe your family doesn't care for this person, or maybe their family doesn't care for you. Or it could indicate this person, they may have some mental health stuff. They could be struggling with, just feeling very down or unhappy, or, a little depressed. Coming out under the Magician, I see the Temperance in the reverse. Yeah, there's a huge imbalance here. I think, and the, you know, the interesting thing with the Temperance is it's a card of moderation and balance. When it comes up in the reverse, it can feel like something has just been too much and it's like an excess, right? So I kind of feel like that's what part of the reason why somebody may feel like it's not realistic is because they may feel like it's just been way too much, right? Way too much to try to get past. They may feel like you have, like you're done, like you've done, how do I want to say that? Like you've lost patience with them. They may feel like you are done waiting for them to change. Coming up underneath the Lovers, I see the Three of Pentacles. So Gemini, I do think here that with the Three of Pentacles, it can speak about wanting to try to like find a solution, like wanting to like work through something together. I think that this person wants to, but this is part of where that Lover's energy is coming in. I think that this person recognizes that at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. So even if they come to you here and are trying to like bring something back into balance, or they're trying to, you know, like work on things with you or find a solution, you know, they feel like ultimately you're the one that's going to have to make a decision whether you're willing to open up to this again or not. Coming out underneath the World card, I see the Chariot. Yeah, I don't, and to me, the Chariot can be a card of willpower, determination, and forward movement. With it being underneath the World card, like I said earlier, I am feeling strongly, whether this was a cycle or not, I feel like you have decided that you are done with something here, that you are no longer willing to invest into something anymore, and I think you are determined to move forward. For some of you, there could be some kind of distance between the two of you, whether this was a long distance situation for some of you, or whether it's just now that there is like distance between the two of you. Maybe you guys don't live in the same area, or maybe it's more of like a metaphorical distance. Coming up underneath the Ten of Cups in the reverse, I see the Page of Cups in the reverse. So somebody does want to communicate, but they almost feel like it wouldn't do any good, right? They don't feel like it's going to be received the way that they want it to receive. They don't feel like, even if I came forward and told Gemini how I feel, I don't think that it's going to be reciprocated, or I don't think it's going to make a difference, or I don't think they're going to even believe me. This person could want your forgiveness. I see the Three of Swords in the reverse here as well. So there could be a lot that has happened here. They could feel like there's a lot that would need to be healed. They could want your forgiveness as well. The signs that I'm seeing for you, Gemini, I see Aquarius, I see Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that this helps. Everything that you need to know is in the description box below. If you're interested in the Person on Your Mind special, there's a post on the community page, or my email's in the description box below. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Alright, we are going to move on to my lovely Libras. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. In case you guys did not watch the intro, there is a Person on Your Mind recorded video reading special. It is $22.22, and everything that you need to know about what is covered in the reading or how to schedule that, all of that is posted on the community page for you, or my emails in the description box below. All right, let's take a look and see what is going on for you. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Tower. And the first card out, I see the Ten of Wands. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. I definitely think that there is some kind of reality that somebody is having to face here. And that may be something that maybe in the past this person was avoiding, but I feel like something has happened that has got them in a space where I feel like they're no longer able to, with that Tower being here. And the Ten of Wands, I think that something is very much weighing on this person. So whatever reality, whatever truth that this person is having to face, or realization that this person is having to face, you know, I think that it feels very heavy for them. And they could feel like they are having to carry it alone, right? So it's, whether that's true or not, it could just feel like, you know, this person feels like they're going through a lot that like they can't share with anybody else, or that nobody understands. Or they just feel like they have a lot on their shoulders, a lot that they're carrying. So this situation just feels very heavy for this person. We have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. I mean, this combination is very difficult. It's a very challenging energy. The Nine of Swords is very stressed out, very upset. You know, just really, really having a hard time. Like, I can't believe this is my life. I cannot deal with this. The thing here that at the bottom on the bed, there's usually like twins here. There's two people fighting. It kind of does remind me of, you know, it's the twins. It's Gemini energy. And the Nine of Swords is Gemini energy. So I kind of feel like that's coming through here, because that Gemini energy, it's almost reminding me of the Lovers, which kind of boils down to a choice. Sometimes they can talk about a choice between two people. Sometimes it's just making a very important decision when it comes to a love relationship. I think that this could be one of those situations where either a decision was made, and that's what brought about the Tower, or sometimes not making a decision is making a decision. And I think that could have brought about a Tower. For others of you, I think that I think of this as simply just this person having a very, very hard time facing some kind of reality. We have the Moon card coming up next. I think that there has been a lot that this person didn't want to see. I think that there's still a lot of unknowns here. Like, I don't know how something is going to go. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know how Libra is feeling. I also feel like the Moon card can indicate, you know, a certain amount of things being hidden. And I do feel like that too. This person may be having a very hard time, but maybe they are, you know, really keeping that to themselves. Maybe you wouldn't be able to tell just looking at them. There could be a lot that has been hidden. For some of you, there could be secrets involved in this. So whether this relationship itself has been kind of secret or hidden, or whether there have been things that, you know, have been hidden from you, you've been hidden from them. I see the Hierophant in the reverse coming up next. So I'm getting a couple different things. One, there could be some kind of, for some of you, there could be another connection involved in this. So it's like somebody knows exactly what they would need to do, but feels unable to do that. For others of you, I feel like, how do I want to say it? Somebody feels like they are unable to move something forward or commit to you in the way that you want them to. So it feels like even though they know that, it's like somebody isn't wanting to lose you still. That may not be, so that may be the reality that they're having to face. Coming up underneath the Ten of Wands, I see the Five of Pentacles. Now, this person may feel like you have had to pull your energy back, or maybe you had to walk away because things either, this can be read a couple different ways. Either one thing's got to a point where you could not deal with it anymore with that Ten of Wands energy. Maybe they had to pull their energy back for the same reason. The other way that I could see this is the Five of Pentacles can be a card of lack. So like we just said with that Hierophant in the reverse, if somebody feels like they're not able to give you what you want or need, you know, there's that lack energy. So somebody may feel like that is, you know, what the challenge is in this connection. Coming up underneath the Nine of Swords, I see the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I think somebody's very upset because they feel such a strong chemistry and attraction towards you and they don't want to lose it. I also feel here that somebody could be feeling very insecure right now. Coming up underneath the Moon card, I see the Devil in the reverse. The Devil in the reverse can indicate no longer being able to ignore the negative impact that something is having on us, right? So it's like maybe there was this, I feel like there's been a very strong attachment between the two of you, this connection that was undeniable. Maybe you felt like you guys weren't going to be able to move on from it or move past it, but I think things got to a point where it's like, I can't stay like this. I can't pretend, you know, that this isn't having a negative impact on me. I can't stay in this space. Coming up under the Hierophant in the reverse, I see the Ace of Wands. So somebody still wants something with you, even if it's not, even if they're, it's like they want some kind of connection with you here, even if it's not the kind of connection that you want, right? So it's like, I want to have you in my life in whatever capacity I'm able to have you in my life. I don't know that you feel the same way. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces, Capricorn. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below. If you want personal prayers for any reason, put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the Person on Your Mind special, there's a post on the community page or my emails in the description box below. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello Aquarius, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your Person on Your Mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. And everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or personal readings, Patreon, all that stuff's in the description box below for you. In case you guys did not watch the intro video, there is a Person on Your Mind recorded video reading special that I have for you guys. It is a Person on Your Mind reading, and it is $22.22, and everything you need to know about what is covered in the reading or how to schedule it, it's posted on the community page for you, or my email is in the description box below. All right, let's take a look and see what is going on for you guys. Something flipped out. We have the Six of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. I also feel here, Aquarius, that there just could be somebody here who's feeling very nostalgic. Somebody here who is spending a lot of time thinking about the past, thinking about, you know, whether it's certain memories or moments or situations that you guys shared together. This could be somebody that you have a history with for some of you. Bottom of the deck, I see the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm getting a couple different things here. One, Aquarius, this person, this is very specific, okay? So for some of you, this part may not resonate, and that's okay. For some of you, I think that it may not even be the past between the two of you that this person is reflecting on. You know, I think this person could be somebody who is very heavily still impacted by something from their past. Something that they felt like took a lot from them. Something that was very draining. And since then, this person may, you know, they may struggle with opening up or you know, being a little bit emotionally guarded or unavailable because of something that has happened in their past. So for some of you, I think it definitely could represent that with that 9 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 6 of Cups. For others of you, it could just indicate that, you know, this person is feeling very nostalgic. They are really thinking about the past, you know, your history with this person, and they could still be feeling very attached. Okay. So whether, you know, despite what the current situation is, this person still feels very attached to you in some way. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse coming up next. Yeah, I think that part of the challenge here is, I think there's a resistance to change that this person feels, right? And that could be because they are emotionally guarded, or because of things that have happened in the past, whether, you know, their past with somebody else, or whether the past between the two of you. I think that part of the challenge could be that somebody's really struggled to either let something go or struggled to make a change. And that could be part of it here. I think that even though somebody's feeling very nostalgic and probably really missing you here, with the 6 of Cups, it feels like they also feel some kind of blockage when it comes to moving back towards you, or they feel unable to change the current dynamic between the two of you. Coming up next, I see the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, it's a very insecure energy that's coming through. And I think that could be that this person feels insecure when it comes to themselves, or when it comes to love relationships, because of things that have happened in the past. You know, those insecurities still really affecting them. I see the Ace of Wands, but somebody does feel a very strong chemistry with you, like a very strong attraction towards you, almost like a magnetic pull. They could really think about starting something back up towards you, where it's hard for this person to, you know, fully let go, or to fully walk away from the situation here with you. Even if you guys are in separation, it's like, it's, you know, not feeling like they're able to let it go or to move on from it here. So still feeling very attached, like we talked about earlier. But I also feel like, just to put it very simply here, I think that there is somebody here who has feelings for you and feels a very strong pull, chemistry, attraction, a desire for you. But I think this person is very held back by, you know, their insecurities and their past. Coming up underneath the 6 of Cups, I see the 7 of Pentacles. This can be read a couple different ways, and I kind of think it's both of these messages. I don't really think it's one or the other. Some of you it could be, but for some of you, I think that this person is looking at the past, and then they're also looking at what they want moving forward. And the 7 of Pentacles can be an energy of really analyzing a situation and trying to decide, is this something I'm ready for? Is this something that I want to invest more into? Is that what's good for me? You know, am I ready and able to do that? So this person could be in that space. They may also feel like, given the past or the history, especially if they've let something, you know, negatively impact you, or if the connection is in a difficult situation because of, you know, their past actions or behaviors, they may be questioning whether you're willing to invest any more into this. It could be both of those things. Coming out under the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, I see the King of Cups in the reverse. So I think this is a huge confirmation for the energy that we're picking up here, because the King of Cups in the reverse definitely is somebody who is emotionally guarded. So we kind of see that same energy. And I think it's interesting because I think this person has been emotionally guarded because of things that have happened in their past. And that has created insecurities that has prevented them from being able to really move something forward, or fully commit to something, or really fully just open up to something in the way that I think a part of them would like to. But because of that, I think you have moved into a space, Aquarius, where you are a little bit emotionally guarded, and you could be questioning, you know, not maybe in general, but to this person, where you may be kind of questioning, okay, is this something that I should continue to invest into? So it's almost like as they may be starting to kind of come out of this energy, where they're like, you know what, maybe I do want to start opening up. where I feel like then by the time that it took this person to get here, you may be in a space where you're questioning whether you want to. Coming up underneath the Queen of Wands in the reverse, I see the Seven of Swords in the reverse. I think this person realizes that they have really sabotaged things in this connection because of their own stuff, right? So the Seven of Swords in the reverse could be a truth coming out, you know, them realizing the truth. It could be them no longer holding back and just being upfront with you about where they're at and how they're feeling. The Seven of Swords can also be an apology when it comes up in the reverse like this. Somebody could be realizing that it's their, specifically that it is their insecurities that have, you know, been what's been leading their decisions. Coming up underneath the Ace of Wands, I see the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So I think somebody does want to return to you or reconnect with you here. I think that this is representing a couple different things. One, I think with the Ace of Wands being here with it, I think somebody absolutely wants to come towards you. Okay, they definitely want to return. And like I said, I think that somebody's starting to take a look at their self, you know, and why they are in the energy that they are in, feeling very pulled towards you and wanting to kind of like some kind of new beginning here with you. So I think it does represent a physical return, but the Eight of Cups also in the reverse can represent like returning or revisiting something in our mind, right? So this could really indicate that there's still something this person is having a really hard time moving past. So the signs I'm seeing, I see Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus, all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. More Scorpio energy, more Aquarius energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces. There's a lot of fixed energy here, and fixed energy has a hard time with change, right? It's fixed, right? So I kind of feel like that's a big part of the message here, where I think that there is a desire for this person to come out of this energy or to make a change, but, you know, it's one of those things that I think are a little easier said than done. I'm a firm believer, maybe I'm an optimist, but I'm a firm believer that everybody can change. I'm enough of a realist to know that not everybody will, but I do believe everybody can. And, you know, I think that it starts with awareness. And I think that this person is stepping into that. They're starting to really be aware of how they've been have been negatively impacting them, and they have a desire to come out of that. And I think that that's where change, you know, really begins. But that is what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put a little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.